Okay, so we can see this light has had its better days. It's full of moist inside and it's not looking good anymore. I had to cut it out because it was killing the fuse, so something is wrong in here. You can see this housing is metal, and if you remember my LED test, I tested these ones, not that many watts, but these are plastic. So, but it's the same kind, and this mount is specially made for these kind of lights because I want it as close to the boom or at the stick as possible, so it doesn't get torn off and stuff like that. So let's get this one on. So these connectors are really good. They are the open kind, like this, and they make a really strong connection. So wherever I have a lot of, like here, I have a lot of movement and stuff like that, I try to use them. And especially on like these thin wires, they are really great. So you can see it's shrinking over the insulation and over the wire itself, so it makes a really good connection. And I have these plastic ones for it, so you can see here, and with these covers for them. Really great stuff. You also get the splicing ones, but I don't use them very much. So now it's just a few for those, and then we are the light should work. All right, let's see. So we can see the light here is working, but take a look at this. Here's the wire going to the front, the one we are supposed to get lights out of. It's got nicked in some kind of way, and almost nothing left. Alright, well, there's the problem. Let's splice this. Okay, so instead of fighting this old cable, I just taped in a new cable here and made sure it's loose here, so now I should be able to pull the new cable all the way to the front. This old cable was full of damage, so alright, so we can see we are here, and I just need to cut the strips here, and then we can take the rest, and then we have changed out this damaged part. So now I will just do the new connections here, because I'm also changing out this one. This is the one we measured to 20 watts. It's supposed to be 48 watts, but yeah, and this is 12 watts, and I think it's a little bit too little, but I tried with 48 watts here earlier, and then we drained the battery, so the alternator couldn't keep up. You can see this is the alternator. It looks like I need a new belt. That should probably be a summer project. Order it now, so we got it in stock. And yeah, so this will be here instead. So then we are making new connections here. Look at this tiny mount. It's just terrible. try that. Okay, looking for quality. It's not this lamp. It is something else. But it's very early in the season, so I know my rental business, this lamp will probably not survive. But if someone is renting the machine for going inside a building or something like that, they need light, so I can't just drop mounting anything since it's summer and daylight all day. Take two. No, let's shrink them before we put them on. Alright, let this cool a little bit, then we will put them in and shrink this also together. And then we will strips it so it's not in the way anymore. Let's see. Ooh, bright light. This one is working. How many thinks that the other one is working now? Oh yeah, there it is, ready. Alright, so let's clean up these bolts a little bit so they are ready to be installed again. And in the same time cleaning them, we can also check for where, if they are starting to get worn out or something like that. But this one I can't even feel with my finger that there are grooves in it or anything, so you can see there are some wear, but no, you can't feel it, so that's really good. I'm happy with that. So this is the top bolt for the ram, and once we have everything out, we can just as well clean this also really good. That's one of the nicest things with these mini machines. Stuff are not heavy. I think we can do one shims in there. Nice and tight. Alright, maybe we should test it, see if it works still, or if it's squirting out oil. No more oil on the ram here, so that looks really great. Alright, one thing done. So one of the problems with my kind of quick connector, the S-type, is this is where you are hooking the bolt in the bucket that is facing towards you when you're sitting on the machine. So this is the part that gets the major wear. So an S30 connection that are on this little Kubota is on 30mm bolt. So we can see with a 30mm bolt it has worn out, so it's quite a bit of slack here. So I already done this once before. I welded in here and then just grinded it back so it would fit. So I think we will do the same thing today. Just fire up the MIG, weld a little bit in here and grind it down until it's a little bit over 30, so it's not too tight, but it's a little bit tighter than this. You can see how sloppy it is. And this also will make it sloppy when you are using it, excavating. And the bucket and everything is making noise, so it's nice to tighten it up a little bit sometimes. And yeah, let's do that today. I will just grind a little bit here so we get a nice clean surface to weld on. Okay, let's see if we can stick some metal to it. Well, this looks like something we can work with. So let's just put something on this side also. A little bit tight. Let's see what we... 29, so it's pretty perfect. We have a little bit to grind off. 28.5 on this one, so yeah, I think that will work. See if this tool is a little bit better, easier to get in there. So this is just a really easy fix that makes the experience using the machine so much better. It's so much better using it when the bucket isn't slopping around everywhere. So there it is. Oh, it's not that sloppy anymore, so that's pretty great. And it's just clean off some of the grease, and then it's ready for being reinstalled. So then I run over the quick connector with the wire brush so I can spray paint it, and I just took the grinder and took the edge here. It was a lot of marks around this edge from probably bucket and rocks and stuff like that hitting, just smoothing it off a little bit. Same down here, so it's nothing to tear on. And now we'll just paint this part and the part down here. The rest of the orange is pretty good. Painted it last year, so still holding up. Just need to clean away a little bit of the grease, but that I have my way doing. If you haven't seen it, we'll put a link up there somewhere for the video with that, and it was really great, so that I will do afterwards. But now I will just clean it off a little bit and paint this. So here is my paint, the Kubota orange, and this is actually how I store my paint. I store my paint upside down, because you know, when you have a paint bucket like this, you open it once, you use something from it, and then it sits for a year, and then you take it out again, and you have the big layer with, yeah, dried paint in the top of the bucket and everything. If you store it upside down, the dried paint will now, when we turn it the right way, be in the bottom, and the paint in the top will be ready to use. So let's see if my theory is right. Then we should have fresh paint up in here, and all the dried paint should be in the bottom. Well, almost right. I probably have stored it the wrong ways one time earlier, and then I just flipped it in my in my cabinet in storage. But in theory, you should store your paint cans upside down, because then this will go down in the bottom. It will be there. So here I had messed up in the beginning or before. So, but I will just get a brush, and then I can just brush this. I don't need to use anything else. So. The paint is touched up, and it's just a little bit flicking to get the worst damage away, and yeah, maybe I need to put a little bit more on it tomorrow. You can see it a little bit through here. And I also touched up a little bit on the engine cover here, some wear and tear, nothing else than that. But now when I take the machine out, wash off all the grease and everything, and it will look really good again. And yeah, it will be a lot nicer to rent out. People will probably be a little bit more careful when it looks to be in ship shape and everything, and then you don't want to damage something that is freshly painted or something like that. And there is one more good thing with it. It's that when I get the machine in again, I mostly will see at once if there are some damage, because I can see the paint is missing and everything. If the machine, if I never painted it or anything, it wouldn't look good at all. It would probably just be looking terrible, and you would never know if you had a new damage or anything. So yeah, looks good. Lights are working. It's the day after, and the paint have dried, and as you can see, during the night the boom has gone down. It always does, so that's why you always park the bucket in the ground, so nothing get pinched or anything when the machine is shut off. But alright, we got the quick connector painted. Can do a little bit more painting on the top, but let's fire it up and install everything. One shims or something like that here, just to tighten everything up a little bit. And let's see here, maybe one in between here also, just to get everything nice and tight. Let's see, 30. I have a bunch of different shims here just to be able to make it in all kinds. So just about find something that are, these ones were a little bit beat up. You can see, so on the quick connector here we can see we have quite the clearance in between here, so here we need to put some shims in just to make it not slap around so much. So this is 25 millimeters, so I just need to find some 25 millimeter shims here and put in between. Shouldn't be any problems. Alright, there it is, back together, nice and tight in here, and we haven't greased it up even yet, so that's really nice. So let's get the grease gun and grease up the machine. So what we did see there is actually one of the problems I have found with this lock grease gun. It's too wide right here, so it doesn't go in everywhere. So many times I have to go and get my other grease gun and use that one instead. You can see these ones are a lot more narrow, so they go in everywhere. That's a little bit too bad. Alright, then everything is greased up this way. Now it's the swing gear and the swing pinion left, and those are, you can see the mark says every 50 hour, every 200 hour. So we do both of them now, and then we know they are done, and I will show you a little app that I keep track on this later. Let's fire it up and grease these points. So the swing gear and the pinions, you should turn the machine and just lubricate around. My degreasing the excavator video, I did a little bit about these grease guns, and one of the tips I got was not to pull this one back before you release it, because when it's empty it shouldn't be anything in here, and that leaves a lot less chance for air and stuff like that. And then you can just pull it like this afterwards. Yeah, I know the shit did go down in there, but there we have it. So keeping track for all my services. I do all my services myself on the machines and repairs mostly and everything, so I need to keep track of it. And right now it's no problem keeping track of it because it's quiet. But during the summer everything is going on at the same time, then it's a little bit worse. So I downloaded this app called AutoSist. And if we open it here, you can see it says AutoSist. And there we have my little Kubota, and yeah, it's Lille Machine. It's Norwegian, and Little Machine. It's just my nickname for it. And I will register all my equipment here during this fall. No, not fall, spring. This spring, and yeah, just add what I've done to it. So you can see here I've taken a picture yesterday, and the odometer is my hour meter. I can see how many hours it have run. So I marked it with 2000. Yeah, my phone is broken, so it's not easy to see. And here I have added the 2000 hour service we did last winter with the rollers and everything we did then. So we added it here, and now I will make a new one for this, and it's at 2350 hours, and then I will just add my notes for what we have done to it now. So I will, for example, I can put here that I added this light. Then I will see how many hours did this light survive this time, and I can say I have lubricated everything. And then if I don't remember it, then I can, like the ones here that have 250 hours and the other one 50 hours, if I put everything in this app, then I will know when I did it last time. If I clean the air filter now, I will know when I did it last time. And yeah, everything I can put in the app, and I think that's a really good idea. The little Kubota is almost done, but there is something happening outside, and that is more snow. So yeah, I want to take the lift and put it in the other garage. You can see over there I parked it the other day when we took the Kubota in, and it looked like spring and everything, but now it's full winter. Compass is enjoying the snow though, so yeah, not that bad. But I need to clear away some snow in front of the other garage, so then the Kubota has been standing inside and is warm and everything, so it's perfect for using for that. So let's just hook up the bucket again and take it out and clear some snow with it. So let's go and see if the lift will fire up. For starting, it's remote controlled from here. So you can drive it from standing here also, but I think it's easier to drive it when I'm standing in the basket, because then it's, yeah, you can see it's snow on all the sensors, so it doesn't want to move. Let's see, there, yeah, got the snow away. So you can drive it from here, but I found it better to stand in the basket driving it, because it's more stable. Because if this moves a little bit, the sensors shut it off and you can't move it anymore. So let's get it in. And there it is snowing more, so nice to get it in before it was even more snow. But I can see that I think this fall I will have some storage problems. This one is taking up a lot of space in here. So keep in mind, now I don't have the Kobelco in here, I don't have the Bobcat in here, and I don't have the little Kubota in here. So yeah, I think I need more storage space so I don't leave anything outside, like not this year but the year before, where I have to excavate everything out from, yeah, and the tracked mini dumper, the Nova, it was under many meters of snow, so it's better to have the machines inside. And Kumpus, he is just outside enjoying the snow, it looks like. Yeah. Me, not so much. But alright, I lifted up when I drove it in so we could check the tension on the belts. Not the belts, the tracks. So see, but you can see here there is a little room from the wheel and down, and yeah, the wheels turn real nice. So the bearings we changed last winter is still good. That's nice. Would have been a little bit sad if they were worn out already, but no problems here, and same here, tension is perfect, so that's nice. Okay, so then it's just the finishing steps of the spring service on the little Kubota. The oil was changed for 200 hours ago, so I don't care for changing it right now. I'll change it during the summer, and but we will clean out the air filter, blow it clean with some compressed air. And it also looks like, if you see the fuel filter here, you can see it's let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we have the focus. Yep. Okay, so if you take a look at the fuel filter here, you can see there is a line here. So probably the bottom here is water. So we will drain that also, and yeah, then it's not much left to do. Everything else is pretty good. We'll clean it with the pressure washer when we get it out. It's not weather for doing it right now, so, and I don't want to do that inside, so yeah, let's just clean the filter, clean the fuel filter, get the water out, and then the spring service is done. Then I have the bucket ready for putting it in. And so you can clearly see. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it's just water down there, and the rest is fuel. So it's a good thing to do it now. Okay, so now it's just turning the fuel on again. I'm releasing this to let the air out. So when we start it up now, the air will escape here and the fuel pump will fill it up. So you can see it. And there, it's full up again. Alright. Little bit spill, but took the wrong screw the first time. This was the right screw to take, but it's a year between, so it's not that easy. Oh, okay, the fuel filter I actually empty out a couple of times during the summer also. Then the little Kubota is done. We have fixed it up so it's ready for the excavation season 2020. So that's really great. And yeah, the little Kubota is a really great machine. I had it now since 2015, I think, and yeah, never any major issues with it. Someone have flipped it over once, but the only thing that was broken was this and the handle here, so no big problems there. So before I drive it into the other garage and put it on storage and waiting for spring number 2, we will use the little Kubota to get this pallet in. No problem getting a heavy box in when you have a little machine at hand, so that's really nice. This box is 45 kilos. Could have carried it in, but it's much nicer using the machine. So this is it for the little Kubota, and yeah, this box is my part 5, I think, of a video series, so that will be really exciting. I'm really excited about it, so can't wait to start on it. And but I'm finishing off the Kubota first, and my main plan was actually to do the Kobelco, and yeah, you can see here is the Kobelco's door. Nothing much left of it, so my plan was actually to just install the new glass. I have it in the other garage in the Kobelco door, and just do the maintenance on that one, but it has to wait a little bit since this one arrived a little bit sooner than I thought. I can't wait with this, so. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, remember to subscribe so you can see what this is all about.